What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to tonight's news roundup. I'm going to be mainly focusing on one thing tonight, and that is Michail Antonio's comments ahead of the game against West Ham this weekend. I think he's lost the plot altogether, and if I'm Jurgen Klopp, I'm going to be pinning his words up on the Liverpool changing room wall and saying, that's my team talk, boys, go out there and get the result. If you haven't seen what Michail Antonio has said, I'll take you through it over the next few minutes, but as always, I want to know your thoughts, so do let me know in the comment section. If you haven't dropped a like on the video, please do, and of course don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've just finished our first ever watch along as well over on our brand new channel, Top of the League. If you want to join us for future games over there, you can scan the QR code in the bottom right hand corner of your screen right there now. And hit the subscribe button over there as well. The next game we're doing on Top of the League is United against Burnley this Saturday night. So looking forward to seeing you for that. But look, Michail Antonio was speaking on the Footballers Football podcast. And firstly, he spoke about the Mohamed Salah situation. And he said that he knows for a fact that Mohamed Salah would have taken the money and would have run to Saudi if Liverpool hadn't have put the kibosh on it. He also went on to speak about a £250 million offer and how he thinks Liverpool are crazy to have turned it down. Well, firstly, the £250 million offer never arrived. The only offer that Liverpool had for Mohamed Salah from Al Ittihad was a £150 million offer, 100 of that guaranteed, and 50 million was in potential add-ons, taking into account things like the Club World Cup and that Al Ittihad would have been in. So, firstly, factually, Michail Antonio was just incorrect. Liverpool didn't turn down the offer because the offer never arrived. But the part where I really think he's lost the plot is what he said, and I'm going to read it out to you now. I'm backing myself over Liverpool. You know what? I think we're going to finish higher than Liverpool this season. I'm putting it out there. I watched the game, Wolves versus Liverpool, because it was before our game, and Wolves could have run away with it. They had quite a few opportunities. We've got them this weekend. It's a 6-pointer. We've got them. So, a couple of things again there for Mr. Michail Antonio. Firstly, if you think that Liverpool are going to play the same as we did in that first half against Wolves, then you're in for a rude awakening. So Liverpool had very little recovery time for some of our players, the likes of Alexis McAllister, Lucho, Alisson and Darwin, who were of course in the South American qualifiers. That's the reason why our first half was so poor. They didn't have enough time to recover. The likes of Alexis was having to take oxygen when they were playing Bolivia, I think it was Bolivia, in the qualifiers. And they were back and they had very little time. Jurgen had to guess at what players that he thinks would be able to play the game. He said that himself. He didn't even have a day to work with them. The lads came back on Thursday and it was Friday before Jurgen seen them. And then of course we were playing Saturday morning. So if Michail Antonio wants to use that as a yardstick to measure Liverpool's form, I think he's in for a rude awakening. So, couple of things. Firstly, there's no chance in hell, none, zero, that they're going to finish above Liverpool this season. It isn't going to happen. Look, we were all delighted last season to see West Ham win the Europa Conference League. But I think Michail Antonio is getting a little bit ahead of himself now. He's getting carried away. They aren't going to beat us on Sunday, and they most certainly are not going to finish above us in the league. In fact, I would go as far as to say I don't think West Ham will be in the European places at the end of the season. But let's wait and see what happens. I think, as I said, if I'm Jurgen Klopp, I'm going to pin that Michail Antonio comment up on the wall and say to the boys, you know what to do. I'm sure that Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk will be very much looking forward to the battle with Michail Antonio. And I don't see this as a 6-pointer because I don't see West Ham as a threat. Maybe that's a little bit arrogant coming from me, a Liverpool fan, but I think he's just lost the run of himself altogether. Yes, West Ham have had a good start, particularly after losing the likes of Declan Rice, but they're not a team that are going to strike fear into anybody, really. So, look, I could be setting myself up for failure here, but I really just don't see what planet he's living on if he thinks that they're going to finish ahead of us this season. For me, it's Liverpool, Manchester City and Arsenal, and then everybody else below that. That's the three teams I think are going to be fighting it out for the league title, and then the rest can fight it out for the Champions League spots and the lower league places. Not our problem. So I'm looking forward to Michail Antonio being put in his place, but we know before that Liverpool have a game tomorrow against Las Clint's in the Europa League. really difficult to know what team Jurgen Klopp is going to select for this one, because we don't really have anything to gauge it against. It's not like a Champions League game away from home where, we know Jurgen would go strong. Yes, you want to finish top of your group in the Europa League because you don't want to play against the team that drops out from the Champions League, which is what happens if you finish second in your group. You go into a playoff round against the team that drops out of the Champions League. So we don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that you get points on the board. Trouble is, I don't know what team to expect, and I don't really know much about our opponents. From a positive in the group, we don't have much travelling to do. We have to go to Belgium, Austria, and France, which is... It is France, right? Well, anyway, all fairly handy travelling. It is France, isn't it? Union Saint-Gilloise, Las Clintz, and I swear it was a French team, was the other team in the group. But either way, not much travelling. When you're in the Europa League, your biggest fear is that your team's traipsing over to Eastern Europe and coming all the way back across. So I'm okay with the fact that we have a fairly handy travel for this one. But I don't know what to expect from the opposition. I had a bash at a team selection the other day, but I don't know how strong Kloppo's going to go. Personally, I'd like to see Endo in the 6. I'd like to see Bajcetic play in an advanced midfield position, maybe alongside Harvey Elliott. Basically, though, I don't want Jurgen Klopp to risk anybody ahead of Sunday's game, because for me it's a bigger game. We should see our way through the Europa League group. We should top the group. But the game against West Ham is a big one for us. It's not a 6-pointer like Michail Antonio was saying, but we do need to keep the momentum up in the Premier League. We've currently got 13 points from 15, and if we can beat West Ham, pushing us in towards the next international break, I think a title challenge is on. And I know people are going to think I'm deluded saying a title challenge is on, but I really do believe it is. So what I'd like to see Jurgen do is play the likes of Ben Doak, play the likes of Cody Gakpo through the centre, and mix it up a little bit. Give youth a chance for this one. But, Jurgen won't want to underestimate our opposition either. So let me know what you guys think. What are you expecting? I've seen some of our fans say they're expecting Liverpool to win this one 3-0, 4-0. I don't know. I take a 1-goal win at this point, to be honest with you. It's all about getting the points on the board and seeing what happens. And injuries was... Well, yeah, hopefully we come out of it with no injury. Sorry. I'm a little bit sick today, by the way, so if I do feel like I'm a little bit off today, apologies. I've been in bed most of the day. I just got up to do the watch-along and then jumped on here to record this video because I didn't want to not put out any content today. So look, tomorrow we will be starting our watch-along from about 4:45 p.m. if you would like to come and join us. It is a 5:45 p.m. kickoff. We're in all of our away games in the Europa League are the early kickoff, so hopefully you can come and join us for that. We'll have our post-match content as always, match reaction, player ratings and everything that you would expect on Anfield Agenda on a Liverpool match day. So that is it from me, my friends. I am off straight back to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow for the game. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button, and of course, if you haven't left your thoughts in the comments, please do let me know what you think for tomorrow. Talk to you then. Much love. Bye bye.